How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am with Cypher on the map Lotus, and I'm going to be showing you some of the best Cypher setups on this map in order to gain some RR and win you some games in some competitive matches. So without further ado, my name is D-Rose, and let's get straight into this video. First up, starting off on A site, you want to come over here and place your cam, I think, just right here. That way you can see your double choke points. You can see one coming through if they're coming through A main, and also you can see if they're coming in through tree as well. And then what you can do is come over here and place a normal trip right here. And then if you want to stand up against this box right here, and what you want to do is aim on the edge of this rock, and then just kind of go up the rock a little bit, just like so, and throw, and you'll get a nice little one-way right here. And this is what it looks like when it's activated. So you get a nice little one-way with your choke point, and then you can also play backside and have any tags coming in as well. For your second wire, you might think, come in here, place a basic trip and tree, kind of just like this. But in all honesty, that's completely wrong. One, because since the ground isn't completely straight, it's pretty easy for enemies to crouch jump over this when they're coming in from tree. So basically all you want to do is grab one here and just pop one right here with a basic cage on the ground. And essentially with this setup right here, you want to be playing backside, only because if you do pop your cage right here and you're playing here, the enemies make it a one-way. That's why with this setup, you want to make sure that you're playing back here, so that I have to be in the actual cage in order for you to be killing them. And then with this one, if you're playing backside, your tripwire gets tagged, you put your cage up, you run over here and just start spraying through. Next up, coming over to B. B is a very simple site to hold down. You want to just basically put a trip up here and put it with a cage. And simply for the next one, you want to put your trip here and a cage here. And then for cam, you want to put it right up in this corner. And you just want to play heaven. Play heaven, right? You hear them coming, pop your cage, spray. If they're breaking double door, pop your cage and spray, etc, etc. And then also, if they're already on site, you have a cam to cover full of sight. It also covers here as well. So you can also just be playing cam. And if you see anybody here, tag, you'll have your tripwire up, right? So, like I said, shoot, and then just get your free kills. Alright, next we're going to be moving ourselves over to C. What we're going to do is come up in this corner right here. You want to line yourself up right here and throw your cage. Just right here on the little edge right here, and get your multiple cages going. Just so I can show you. Next up, you want to play your basic trip. It's a normal trip right here. You can also, if you wanted to, you can play your one way and you can put another trip here. But another good trip I like doing is placing one right here on this box with a cage. Only because if you're playing backside and they hit this cage right here, their heads will be popped up so you could spray through this little box of wood right here. When it comes to cameras, personally, I like doing this camera right here, just because it gives you a broader sight and it's harder to shoot. It also covers every angle. The only place it doesn't cover is cubby right here. So if you didn't want to do this cam, what you can do is come right here. And you want to get it on this little ledge right here. This will basically cover everything, and it'll see outside of sight as well. So it'll cover cubby, it'll cover box right here, it'll cover if anyone's pushing up into waterfall, or even just entering into sight as well. And basically, all you gotta do is at the start of the round, you hear people, pop your one way, and you can play right here. Some free kills. Or if you didn't want to pop the one way and you just wanted to play back sight, don't do the one way, do it on the ground. Right here, boom, boom, and you also have one right here. And then if you need to fall off, into play into waterfall or etc. or anywhere, fall off and you have your cam for sight. Now for attacking, right, if you guys are pushing A site, I do recommend placing a basic trip here. I see a lot of people putting one trip here and one trip here, but I recommend saving at least one trip, so that way when you're running into sight, so that for post plant, and have one just going straight across here with a cage maybe, and then that way if you're playing sight, or if you're playing over here post plant, right, if an enemy comes, you'll be able to fight this off fairly easy. Also, if you don't want to put your trip here for post plant, you can always place it here. Bombs planted here, you can always place it right here, and then put a cage with it, and you can be playing sight as well. And then for a cam, for post plant, I like to put one on the little back ledge right here. That way, just kind of covers a little bit of back sight, and then hopefully maybe if you're last alive, pop a cage, get some kills. Next up, if you guys are planning on attacking B, I do recommend putting one here and one here. Only because if you leave one to just put right here, enemies, if you're playing anywhere here, enemies can walk up all the way up to here, jump over this, etc, etc, and they can possibly get a free pick if anyone's sitting in this general area. Even a trip going like this isn't ideal, right? Because although they might not be able to jump over it, right, they can still walk up all the way up to here and get an angle potentially on someone who might be coming back here to get out of danger. For a setup for C, I recommend doing your normal trip here, and same thing like A, save one trip just for when you get onto site, just for either waterfall or CT, one of those spots. So now we're into C, our team is planted. You can either place one here with a cage, or if you wanted to, you can place one here with a cage. And then another cam I like doing here, placing it up in this corner, so that way if you're playing offsite or if you're playing backside, you can kind of get a gist of where the enemies are coming in from. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below if you guys want to see any more Cypher setups on whatever map you guys want to see. Hopefully these setups helped you gain some RR and win some games. If they did, make sure again, leave a comment down below. Hopefully everybody had a great time watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.